What's going on, everybody? This is Vince with vshred.com, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the 5 most common arm training mistakes and how to fix them. Alright, so arm training, and we're going to be talking mostly about bicep exercises, more so because this is what I see the most issues with, and there are more than 5 common mistakes. I just want to cover the 5 most common the 5 that I see most commonly, and I'm going to get right into this. First off is creating momentum, because what happens is guys or girls even end up getting to the gym and they're thinking that they're going to go do curls and they want to get their biceps looking nice and big and they want big arms, and so they grab like 40-50 pound dumbbells, and you see guys going like this. And one of the worst things that you can do when you're doing a bicep curl is I got a little bounce in my knee going right now, and it's one of the worst things. If you see like my shoulders bouncing up and down a little bit, it's one of the worst things you can do, because just this motion is causing so much momentum in my curl that at the bottom of the exercise I'm not really working my biceps like I should be. And then the other thing is guys end up bringing this weight back farther. They do a little swing in the beginning and they end up swinging with their arm to where the bottom half of the exercise is literally just a little bit of momentum, and then they only work their bicep about there and then they drop it back down. And so first thing you want to do is cancel out any kind of momentum. You really want to get strict on your form, especially with biceps, because they are such a small muscle group and one that us guys and some girls would like to be as big as possible. So you really want to get strict with your form. Cancel out any kind of bouncing that you're going to have with your knees. If that means sitting down on a bench, sit down on a bench. If it means drop weights, which it probably will, which is going to be one of my tips today, drop weights. So cancel out any kind of bounce with your legs. Cancel out any kind of swinging with your arms, and make sure that you are starting from the very bottom of the exercise, bringing the weight up and back down. Start at the bottom, very bottom of the exercise, bringing it up. None of this. This is easy. This is canceling out momentum. So that's going to be the first one. All right, the second one is going to be losing tension at the bottom. Because when you see people doing curls, let's say that they're not causing any kind of momentum. They're curling this weight up, they're bringing it back down, and they're doing alternating curls. And then my left arm right now is just hanging. It's just lost complete tension right now. My right arm lost tension. Left arm lost tension. Right arm lost tension. And you have to understand that when you're doing bicep curls, or when you're doing any exercise really, it should be one long continuous set of tension. There should be no point in time in a set where you are relaxing the muscle. It should be tensed up the whole time, and for maximum hypertrophy you're supposed to go for 40 to 60 seconds of time under tension per set. So if you're losing tension every single time you bring the weight down because it's just hanging straight, you're basically just screwing yourself over with the kind of gains that you could be getting. So instead of curling up, left arm's resting right now, bringing it down, curling up, right arm's resting now, what you want to do instead is curl up, or so I'll start with my left arm. So curl this side up. When I bring it down, you want to stop just before straight. Curl the other side, keep your left arm, your left bicep flexed, back down just before straight, keep your right bicep flexed, back down just before straight, keep your left bicep flexed, and do that every single time, and I guarantee you feel a hell of a lot of a better burn and a pump in your biceps. So that's the second one. All right, the third is going to be your elbow pulling forward. What does this mean? It means you're looking straight to the side of me. When you do a curl, it's bringing this weight up, and this is what a curl is supposed to look like right here. But what happens is people end up cheating a little bit, or they're going too heavy or something, and they curl this weight up, and their elbow starts right here, but then they curl up and it pulls forward and now there's this, it's moved from here out here. And so why is this wrong? Well, because if my elbow pulls out here, now this weight is sitting directly above my elbow. So now it's basically just sitting there losing tension. So it's very similar to when you're at the bottom of the rep and you lose tension there. Same thing at the top. If you bring this, now you're not so much working your bicep anymore because this is just resting, and you're actually gonna start working a little bit of your shoulder because you're more so pulling your arm forward rather than actually continuously squeezing that weight right there. Whereas if you left that weight, if you left that elbow in place right there, you brought this weight up and you squeeze out at the top, this is going, there's still an angle in my arm. That way gravity is still pulling against my biceps so that it's worked the entire time, and I can get the peak contraction without losing tension. So the third one is going to be stop letting your elbows pull forward as you curl, and that way you're going to be able to get that top squeeze without, like I said, losing tension. So that's the third one. All right, so the fourth one, I'm gonna grab dumbbells again, is going too fast on the way down, and this one should actually probably be a little higher on the list than number 4. What you see is when guys are going to do curls, they bring this weight up and it's super heavy, they drop it back down. And so you see this. And maybe it's super heavy and they're like struggling to get it up, and then they drop it down. And they're struggling to get it up and they drop it down. And this is just completely wrong, because if anything, so the difference between this, so you have your concentric contraction, you have your isometric, squeezing at the top, and then you have your eccentric contraction, which is lowering it back down. When it comes to biceps, the eccentric contraction, the way back down, is almost twice as beneficial as the concentric contraction. So if you are curling this weight up and it's slow because it's super heavy, and then you're dropping it back down, not only are you missing out on half of the exercise, but you're missing out on the important half of the exercise. So if you are guilty of going to the gym, grabbing heavy dumbbells, throwing that or squeezing that weight up and then just dropping it back down and not really focusing on the lowering of the weight, fix that alone and I guarantee that you see better results just the first week of doing it in your biceps, just from initiating or implementing the most important contraction of your reps. So that's gonna be the fourth one. And the fifth one is just gonna be straightforward, go lighter. Because if there's one thing that I've said the most out of just the 4 tips that I just said, it's that all of these issues come from going too heavy, creating momentum at the bottom, number 1. That comes from weight that you can't control because you have to create momentum to get it up, to get the number of reps that you're going for. Losing weight at the bottom, losing tension at the bottom, not so much about going heavy unless it's too heavy to where you can't constantly keep it and keep tension on that on your bicep when you're at the bottom, to keep that slight bend so that you're always feeling tension even when you're curling with the other side. So that can come from it being too heavy as well. When you curl up to the top and you roll and you slide your elbow forward, that can come from being too heavy because you don't have the strength with the correct form to keep your elbow in the same spot but still get that peak contraction. So you have to use assisting muscles to pull your elbow forward so that you can get the weight all the way up. Comes from weight being too heavy. And then the fourth one was going too fast on the way down. And same thing, you're going too heavy if you're going too fast on the way down because you're probably using all your energy to curl that weight up. And then if you were to use that same amount of emphasis on the way back down, you wouldn't be able to get as many reps. So a very easy way to properly implement the first 4 tips is by going lighter. And if that means swallowing your ego when you walk into the gym and using 20, 25 pound dumbbells for regular curls when the skinnier guy who's standing next to you is doing curls with 40 pounds, fuck it. Do that weight, do correct form. If I saw a guy in the gym doing proper form with 15 pound dumbbells, and then I saw a skinnier dude doing curls with 50 pound dumbbells, you know who's gonna impress me? The guy with the right form, because I know that he knows what he's doing. He's going to see the best results, and that's why his arms aren't the skinnier ones. You can pretty much see when somebody's form is bad based off of what their physique looks like. So, and it also comes down to diet, so I guess that's kind of true, kind of not. But implement these 5 tips every single time that you're going to do any kind of arm training, especially related to biceps, since they were pretty much all related to biceps. But let me know how you guys like this, and I bet you're gonna be getting it at your next arm day. I bet you get a better pump from it. I bet you feel more tension. I bet you feel a better burn, and I bet your arms start growing once you fix these 5 training mistakes. And if you guys like this video, make sure, if you guys learned anything, make sure you're clicking that thumbs up button below this video. I've said this before, it does not go unappreciated. Just go ahead, take a second. If you liked anything in this video, click that thumbs up. Let's get that number up on these videos from now on. Click it, go ahead, click that thumbs up. Thank you, hopefully you did. But other than that, if you have any video recommendations, anything like that, videos that you guys want me to make, something that you're struggling with, something you're confused about, nutrition, dieting, supplementation, training, whatever it might be, leave it in the comment section below this video. And if you guys are wanting more tips on how to lower your body fat and get just your body looking like you really want it to, we have a physique builder tool, free tool that asks you a couple of questions to figure out what your goals are, what you're struggling with, and then spits out a video at the end that gives you a couple of tips, and then also shows you the program that we would recommend for your body type, the nutrition and the training included. So you can check it out by clicking the link in the description below this video. Just go ahead and click that, it'll take you to the quiz. And then last but not least, make sure if you guys aren't subscribed, you're clicking the subscribe button. I'm releasing videos every single week, and that way you're not gonna miss out on my next one. All right guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.